We back. Ministry Gospel Musician fam. It's your boy Richie coming at you again with another musician talk show. Man, this is a blessing. It's an honor. I'm gonna be having my brother, my blood brother, all the way from Los Angeles, California.
You did it right.
A musician.
I was supposed to say something.
A musician. A guitar player. It's actually a cool story. Just briefly before I invite him in, is that he's one of the reasons why I even started music was through him. When he wanted to start his own group at church, I told him I would love to play drums. So, all right, I'm gonna give him a call. I got some new videos coming up that I'm gonna be adding, like a third blog of Simpson. I'll be working on it. I'll be working on it tonight, so it might be ready for tomorrow. All right, he's in here, and let me just add him in. Okay, waiting for him to answer. All right, send him an invite. Hang on, request to join. Oh, there he is.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro?
Just get settled in.
Yeah.
Trying to pick the spot with the best light. You know,
No worries, man.
I have a lot of mess on my desk. Okay.
Hey, man. So how was your day, bro? What you do today?
Pretty good, man. I just morning I went to my jiu-jitsu class. I was rolling and stuff, and then I went home and then did some errands, and then I head over to barber school and then send in my paperwork. So I'm pretty much done with barber. I'm just waiting for my test date.
No way, bro. Congratulations, bro. I'm excited. Hey, bro, this is actually the first time we do something like this, too. Like a live, like with everybody and stuff. Yeah, man, it's great. So, I was gonna tell you. So, I know that you have many guitars. You have like what, 5 or 6
Um,
or more? You have more than that, right?
I have two Fenders. I have a Mexican Fender. Then I have the Eric Johnson Fender Stratocaster. Then I have 335, and then I have my PRS Santana. Then I have a Martin
Yeah.
acoustic, and then the other two I have, they're retired. I don't use them anymore.
Hey, you retire your guitars too?
Yeah. Well, the first one that my dad got me, I just keep it as a reminder, of where I started and the long way and stuff.
Definitely.
And the other one,
I remember that guitar too, bro.
yeah, the big one, the Luna, yeah, and then
The Luna, yeah.
the other Fender one that my dad gave me, I still have it, but I don't really use it anymore. I want to donate that one to like a missionary or something.
Okay.
That one was dedicated to the Lord, and I don't want to sell it to somebody.
Okay. So quick question with that. So do you have like a rotation, or like depending on what service or what event that you pick out a certain guitar, or you just have like a favorite one, or you just have it like seasonals, or how do you do it with having so many guitars? Like, do you have a rotation or a lineup?
Well, the way I do it is depending on the style of music we're gonna play. That's what I use.
Okay.
So if the style is more like contemporary, like more like rock type feel, then
Yeah.
I usually will use the PRS or the Fenders. And then if it's more like jazzy and like old school, then I like using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any specific one? Like, if you guys have a special event, like anniversary or like a big event that you guys gonna play, do you have a specific one that you like to use, or it just goes back to like depending on the music, or not really?
Um, Well, I don't know. Sometimes I just want to like if I haven't used one, I feel like, oh, I'm neglecting that one, so I need to like, so like I don't know. I just it just feels I just can't leave them just sitting there for too long because I feel like, oh, I need to give her the same amount of love, to all of them. I don't know. That's just how I see it. Um,
Definitely. I can see that. I can see that, like, with, like, especially like you, like, having that many guitars, and it's like, oh, I use this one, I use this one, stuff like that. Do you have a favorite,
I like the Gibson a lot, and
Gibson?
the my 335 that I have, I like that one a lot. And I've been using my Mexican Stratocaster a lot. That one's the white one, and then I have an Eric Johnson one. So that one's kind of rare. Like that one continues, so like it's really hard to find. So that one, I don't like using it too much because it's kind of like rare.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna dive in with this question right here. You ready?
Hmm?
All right. So this question right here is, what is your goal this year so far, as far as playing, or in any specific instrument? Because I know you play more than just one instrument, like bass too. So, like, do you have any goals this year in particular? Like, do you want to, I don't know, enhance another instrument, or just focus in the instrument that because your guitar is like your main instrument, right?
Hmm.
So, is there any specific goals that you have this year?
Uh, well, I had put in my mind that I wanted to spend like every week. I want to learn something new, and as for like my guitar, um, because usually what happens when I practice, I try to learn something, right, and then I start just jamming out, or I just start something, and I get. So
Yeah.
this year to like set my mind, yeah, I'm gonna learn something new. I'm gonna learn big scale or something. And as in for like other instruments, I kind of want to dedicate more time into the bass because sometimes I had occasions where the bass didn't go, the bass player didn't go,
Okay.
and like there was another guitar player, so I, I had to just take initiative and jump on the bass.
What bars? I'll call the
I
bar.
did okay. I did okay. I
Well, we're done now.
simple, keep the simple note, simple beat.
My sister, we're done now.
Then I had told the piano
My
teacher
sister, she coming down and now we're done now.
I wanted to teach me some piano because at my church uh, we have everything doubled at least once. So we have like two bass players, we have like two drummers, but two guitar players, but there's no other key player. So like we kind of feel bad for him because we can have
Doesn't get a break.
we can break, but he doesn't. So he always either.
Oh man. Hey,
So
bro.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to learn if he.
Yeah. Well,
So
man, I know.
right now
Yeah.
he just asked me to like learn the all the keys from the top to the bottom.
Yeah. And you guys have an amazing keyboard, Alex.
Yeah, Alexis. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great, dude. You can learn a lot from him. Yeah, he's great, bro. So I know that you recently, for those that don't know, you recently moved to a different church. So, like, probably like about a year, right? About a year.
Yeah.
So, like, we all know how it is. Like, moving to a new church, moving to a new group. Like, as far as music part goes, how would you say, like, it's been like a whole different group? It's a whole different type of maybe church setting or a different system, right? The church that we grew up with, now you're in a different church. And then, like, can you talk a little bit about that, and like the importance of the chemistry in the band? Like, how important is that, like, that chemistry in the band? Like, you kind of like the new guy, they're bringing you in and kind of like connecting, and like how you found that chemistry with you coming in, as a new musician, kind of knowing everybody and all that. Can you kind of talk about that?
Hmm. Well, I think the main issue I faced when I started playing with the PDC stuff. So at my old church, we would play a lot of a lot of more like old school stuff, like old school
Okay.
consoles, you know,
Right.
and a lot of like really old songs. And then when it was the faster songs, it would be like very Pentecostal. So it was like super quick, and I was used to that, right?
Yeah.
When I started playing with the PDC, they play a lot of contemporary. So it was kind of that was kind of, I had to get used to it.
Okay.
To get used to that, and at first comfortable because I wasn't used to it.
Who gave you that ring?
Yeah.
Like listening and but I think over time now it's become I I've adapted to their style of playing more, and it's pretty fun that I come from like one style of playing, and then I can adapt to theirs, and then now we can all have like chemistry together.
Okay.
But
So how you?
it did challenge.
So that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've learned a lot from them too. Things that I didn't know, or they have helped me be a better, well-rounded musician, as in like playing with other churches and stuff. And I asked because at Roca, we never really practiced, right? We just
Right.
we just went up, and it was
All
just
by ear. It was all by ear.
and just try to catch the songs as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And here I like that we're able to practice a song, so like
So
or
you
like
know what's coming, pretty much. Like, oh, I know this
so
song. I know this song.
work on it. I can like try to fit. Um, and then sometimes we do have to just use our ear, but I also like that that we can just um you know um work with the songs. But I'm very grateful that I was able to learn that from my old church, that they got my ear to be very sharp, that I can catch the stuff fast, and it's been very useful for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, and I don't know what you're saying, bro. Like the like how it is different. Like when you have practices, and also that has to do a lot with like chemistry, I would say. 'Cause, like for example, over there, it was just like, oh, you go up and it's like, okay, the song is this, and we don't know like kind of like who's leading, who's doing what. It's just like, and having practices, that kind of, I would say, like kind of grows to have that chemistry to kind of know each other, you know. There's Mr. Art right there, PDC. That guy, I'm gonna have him next. I'm gonna have him next year, bro. I'm gonna have the whole team. Um, what's been the most difficult situation you have been as a musician?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
What's the most difficult situation you've been as a musician?
The most difficult. Um,
By the way, bro, we already have some questions for you, bro, in the comments. We're gonna answer to maybe those if we have a chance. Most difficult situation you ever been, bro?
so are you, in what sense? As in like spiritual side, or like the musical side, or like
We could go to the musical side, and then we could touch the spiritual side today.
okay, musical side would be um hmm
Like maybe you didn't like practice, and then you just go up, or like, or I don't know, something like that, or I don't know, like most difficult, like, oh man, like you were, it was
I
hard, it was tough.
I think for me, I remember this one time we played somewhere, and the sound was like really bad, so I couldn't hear myself.
Oh, geez, dude, I had that happen today.
I couldn't hear myself, right? So, I mean, naturally, you can't hear yourself. You put the sound more up, right? But
Yeah,
I guess people think that, oh, like this guy just wants to hear himself. But in reality, I can't hear myself.
yeah,
So I think it has been with like the system is just kind of bad, or the positioning is kind of bad, and like it just doesn't help. So you're just trying to catch the notes as fast as you can without throwing everyone off.
Yeah.
I mean, usually how I do it, I always let the piano guy start. Like if we didn't get to practice or whatever,
Yeah.
he always starts and finds a note. He tells us, and then that way we're on the boom. We're not like trying to find it, and it just sounds bad on the, especially if you're
Right.
going you know
Right.
Hey,
but I think the worst thing is when you can't hear yourself. So like you kind of just like doing the best you can.
Yeah. And bro, that like it's funny that you brought that up. Like it's not everybody like trying to let the piano find the key, because like remember with at Roca, and for those who know our church where we grew up, it's like everyone was fighting, bro. Like the bass, the guitar, the piano, everybody, man. Even if there was the drums, that he could find the note, bro. The drums would be fighting that. But everybody was fighting, bro. Like you never, they were fighting, like trying to find the note. Everybody, and yeah. So it did sound bad. Like just imagine everybody just like trying to, yeah, bro. And you said a spiritual side to it. That was very interesting. Like how it was difficult situation, like musically, and then you said the spiritual side. Can you talk about a little bit about that? Like referring to that, like there's a
I think this in the spiritual side. I think one would be when like the ambience of like the atmosphere, it feels kind of heavy, you know, and you can feel it. Like when there's like maybe there's like an opposing force in the atmosphere, and you can feel it. I think that's been like something I've experienced before, and it's kind of heavy. And you're playing, but you're also you're praying in your head, or you're like worshiping, trying to like get through that barrier in your head,
yeah,
and not let it affect you, because the spirit is like flowing through the worship.
right,
I think sometimes you can get distracted in the playing, and trying to make it sound nice, but you're not kind of involved in the worship. Like you're playing there, but you're not really like in sync with the worship.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hear you, bro.
Like something I always try to do is I try to be like present, not only in my performance, but in my communion with as I'm praying and worshiping God. Like I don't ever want to be in a position where I'm just playing to play, or just I want to also play, but in my heart, I'm worshiping, in my mind, I'm declaring, that's I think that's that can be a challenge at first if you're maybe not as experienced playing, if, for an audience or whatever, you might get a little nervous, or you're focused on just sounding right, but then you're kind of losing the worship side of it too.
Definitely. I hear you, bro. Before here in this live, bro, we're gonna do a little bit something different. For you, because usually what we want to do is like we'll maybe have you play out, like have you just like do a solo or something, or we're adding like a new game. So we add like a game. So for you, I have the true or false game. So I'm just gonna have some quick questions, and then you say true or false if it's true or false. So, but before that, there's a few questions here. I don't know if you want to answer. There's one from Itzul, my girlfriend. She said, "Hey Diego, have you ever wanted to do your own music ministry?" And I can pin it and stuff.
um
I don't know if you understand by that, or like I think like your own music ministry.
like something like you're doing, or like start my own thing, or
I
because
think something like that.
I mean, when I was younger, we started a group. I started a group with like my
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
So that
I
was
mentioned it. Yeah.
like younger, and I enjoyed it. And I have one of my other friends. He's actually he wrote some songs, and I'm helping him with the music too, with the guitar. So
Okay.
I see myself more as like someone kind of just helping, like supporting. I feel like I'm kind of drawn towards more into like teaching.
Okay.
I've been engaging more in apologetics and like evangelism. So that's an area I've been focusing on in like in ministry. That's kind of where I see myself. Yeah, that's kind of where
Okay.
I want to serve.
Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Let me see. There was this other one right here from my guy Luke Anthony. What's up, bro? So if you want to read that one.
Is there a difference in Latino and Black in costume style? Um, I want to say yes and no because I think we grew up in a Pentecostal church where a lot of the music came from Puerto Ricans, and if you know your music, you know that like a lot of like Caribbean music derives from like African music, and it just evolves and it becomes to what it is now. So you have a lot of salsa, you have a lot of like style.
Like a lot of like percussion too, bro.
hmm So um, I want to say it's kind of adapted in its own way. Because if like say if you go to our church here or something, you go to one of our churches here, and we're playing like Songo, like whatever, and then you take it, you hear it somewhere else in Cuba or like Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, it's gonna be totally different, like it's
Yeah.
gonna they're gonna focus on a certain on a certain rhythm or a certain note or whatever, and yeah, and like it can be a little different because I also noticed that like there's certain people where like they don't include the guitar, like it's just the piano and percussion.
Right.
But here, like they add out of the guitar too. So I guess it's just preference, too. But I definitely learned a lot from both.
Definitely, bro. That's true. I can't add more, bro. You said it all. And then there's this last question. Well, we'll answer this last question, then we get to the game, bro. The game is fun. The game is gonna be fun. So tune in, musicians, because this game is gonna be good. Okay, let me see if I can find it, bro, because it's not letting me. Oh, it got kind of lost. Okay, there, I found it. If you want to read it, 'cause I
Uh,
don't know how to read.
you're talking about the pin?
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, what do you think is happening with the Christian musicians when they're trying to imitate the world? Um, so I think you know this is a phenomenon we see like very often, and I think we don't only see it in musicians, but we see it with like pastors, or professionals, like people who
Yeah.
you know have been Christians or reborn Christians, and they they're starting to I guess bring certain habits or bringing certain choices into their lifestyle that might not be might not be in line with with scripture, or or like or biblical teaching. So I think it falls a lot of on maybe a lack of biblical understanding, or biblical teaching, or a lack of like um a lack of discernment.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I think sometimes, and also we have to realize that we have freedom. We have freedom in Christ, but sometimes for the love of the brethren and our brothers and sisters, you should remain from exercising that freedom that you have, especially if it's gonna make a weaker brother stumble, or it's gonna make them kind of like fall or or doubt. I think we should be careful of the choices we make. How we act. How we dress. Um, I think that's what's happening with a lot of musicians and in general. A lot of it can go into a lot of uh categories in the Christian walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you on that, bro. Okay, so are you ready for this game? True or false? And then for those musicians who are still tuned in, you guys can join too. You guys can say true or false. Okay, so hang on, let me see. Let me remove this pen. So let's me. Okay. All right. So true or false, bro? Musicians leaving after playing, or and not staying for the preaching. True or false?
So I'm supposed to answer if it happens or if it's wrong or what?
Yeah, if it's true, that means it happens. If it's false, well, you don't agree to what is on here. So true or false, bro? Musicians leaving after church. I mean, not after church. After they're done playing, like the whole worship service, they leave. Like they don't stay for the preaching. They just probably come back later. True or false?
Yeah, yeah, I see that happen.
That happens.
Yeah, it happens. So I would.
It's not art, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get me here. Okay, so true. Okay, the second one is that musicians practice the day of rehearsal. True or false? That you noticed, or that you know it's like true or false?
Yeah, I think it happens sometimes.
Okay. True or false? The drummer is the coolest guy in the band. Like everybody thinks, oh, the drummer, he's the coolest guy. True or false?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
I think the drums attract a lot of attention. I feel. I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, I started as a drummer. I wanted the drummer. I wanted to be a drummer. I think it's because it's so loud and stuff. But
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Okay. We got our first true, bro. Man, I'm not able to see the comments anymore, bro. Can you see them?
Uh, just swipe up, no? I just
Yeah.
swipe up.
I can't see it anymore. Oh, anyways, because I know some of them are participating. Okay, true or false? The singer or the main person that's gonna lead worship that service does not know her parts or his parts.
Well, yeah. I feel well. At least with the people I've been playing, they usually know the lyrics, or the way we have it is we have the lyrics in front. Like there's a TV in front of them, so they're always singing.
Okay, so it's false.
Yeah, I would say it's false.
Okay. Next question here. Okay, this will be the last one. Musicians coming late to service or rehearsals. True or false?
Oh yeah, true.
Hey, name them out right now, bro, from your church. Name them out right now. Like, that's right. Well, bro, thank you for joining, bro. I'm gonna let you rest. I'm gonna let you do whatever you gotta do. I know you gotta prepare for Sunday, bro. But thank you again. I appreciate it. We're always in touch, and we need to do this more, bro. And I appreciate you accepting this, bro.
Of course, man.
Thank you, bro. Hey, this is my brother right here, blood brother, Diego Nava, man. Check him out. Great musician right there at your church. I've been there before. Great guys, great musicians out there in Los Angeles, right? Wilmington.
Wilmas.
All right, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. God bless you. I love you, man.
All right, God bless. Love you all. Love you, man.
All right, everybody. So this is the end of the Musician Talk Show. I hope everybody had a great day. I hope you guys were blessed with this, man. I'll see you guys later.
All right, bye.
All right. God bless everybody. At the end.